Well, hi Aquarius, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Aquarius, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. Readings don't generally go past 6 months. If this reading resonates, then it's probably your reading. If it does not resonate, it probably is not your reading. And I would check moon sign because that is your emotional and private side. These are general readings. You could also go for a private reading with anybody you trust. So, the overall energy of this reading, King of Pentacles. Boy, do you have your eye on that pentacle. Look at that. This is Earth. Be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. That might be strong in your chart or around this reading in somebody else's chart. But this is the overall energy, male or female. They're all male or female. Looking at that pentacle. Really like, where is it? Where's the pentacle? I want a pentacle, that security, stability, groundedness, and a possible commitment. Up here in your highest energy, the Seven of Pentacles. These are the two strongest energies in your reading. So you've been waiting for this pentacle to come in. Look at waiting for these pentacles to come to fruition. You're getting tired. You can hardly stand up anymore, leaning on the stick. Time's been ticking by. So these are the two strongest energies of your reading. You're almost ready to give up, it feels like. I have the Page of Swords right next to the Seven of Pentacles. You're going on guard. You're starting to pay attention to everything. Everything is said, done. Whatever you hear, whatever, your sword is up. You're not swinging it, but you are hyper aware now because you're getting tired of waiting for that pentacle. The Page of Swords is right next to the Four of Cups. You're like, where's the love? It's like, maybe they don't have a cup of love for you. Maybe you don't want their love anymore. Because if they're not coming forth with a pentacle, and you've been waiting so long, maybe you don't want to accept their cup anymore. These are things that you're thinking. If these aren't things that you're thinking, it's probably not your reading. Down here under the Seven of Pentacles is the Knight of Cups. Well, this is a sincere love offer. What's going on here? It looks like it's happening. It looks like what you've been waiting for is coming in. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is a sincere love offer. The Knight of Cups, male or female. I love it. They're marching right towards the King of Pentacles. So I think they're going to offer a commitment along with their love. Okay? And it's been a long time coming. You've been waiting and waiting for this. And it looks like it's happening. It looks like they're going to be offering a union. Two people in union. Cups of love with sunshine and rainbows. There's even a family situation going on here. And look at all the joy here. So it looks like what you've been waiting for, about ready to give up on and having your doubts about, is going to happen. Under the Knight of Cups is the Three of Pentacles. I think there might have been some bickering about this. Because you are reaching your wit's end, you are becoming on guard, you are getting tired of waiting. And I don't know when this happened, but I think this has happened or will happen before the Knight of Cups comes forward. And I think they have time to think about it. And then I think they decide to come forward with this cup of love, this offer, a sincere love offer. Here's the Page of Wands. I think all this waiting and you getting tired and becoming on guard and wondering if you should stay in this relationship, it was on your mind heavy, because I think it was brewing from the bottom of your feet until it came out your mouth. Like, where is, the next step forward? How are we going to move forward? Are we ever going to move forward in this relationship? Where's our fresh start? Where's our new beginning? Our next step in our relationship? And I feel like it comes from you. And I feel like that's what this little argument was all about. It's like, 5 years of dating and I just don't see us moving forward at all. What's going on here, And So what this is leading to is, the argument is about a commitment. This is spiritual, the Hierophant. This is a card for Taurus. The King of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This is Taurus. That makes 2 for Taurus. Just like to point those things out. Very spiritual. It's all about groundedness, security, stability, and marriage. So this offer of security and stability, it might be an engagement, or maybe they just want to run off and get married. I don't know. But it does involve union with lots of love. Just when you were thinking you are done waiting. Wow. So Aquarius, let's find out what else you need to know from the universe. Yeah, you were questioning the love for sure, just like I said. This is lovely. The Queen of Cups is in your highest energy line. This is water, so Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancers might be strong in your chart or their chart or around this reading. Male or female again, they're all male or female. The Queen here, this is you, your energy. This is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it, and there's little windows all the way around that cup. And what the Queen is trying to do is get answers to love questions. So you were doubting the love, and you were trying to figure it out by peeking in those windows because this cup is full of answers. So that's why you were thinking you didn't know about accepting their love anymore. Okay? Really trying to figure out if they love you, why aren't you in a commitment? It kind of makes sense after a lot of time has gone by. I have the Nine of Pentacles, of Wands right behind the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're reaching your wit's end on this whole situation. Getting all worn out, feeling drugged to the mud on this whole situation. That's why it brewed up. That's why it had to come out your mouth. You were feeling stuck and going nowhere. 4 Pentacles. Boy, and you were ready. You were thinking about walking. You decided to come out with it. Exactly what's bothering you. And I feel like there was a little bit of time of thinking that went on, and then they return and they're like, here's that cup you want. They want to hang on to you. I have the Temperance card under the Queen of Cups and next to Cups. All that love. This is an equal exchange of lots of love. Beautiful card in the tarot deck. And Temperance is your guardian angels and spirit guides. And guess what? They've been trying to work to get this person to come forward with some sort of a commitment. They've also been trying to work to get you balanced. Now this commitment gets you balanced, okay? You've had one foot in the emotions of all of this and one foot on the ground. You're ready to, I think, take off. I do. But your foot being in the waters of love, I think was just kind of holding you there, and just long enough. Just long enough. And so your guardian angels and spirit guides have been involved in bringing this and making this happen and helping you to decide what to do, when to do it. They've been with you all along. I have the 8 of Wands next to Temperance, so it did involve the Wands. It did involve this conversation on you bringing up what was brewing inside of you, okay? So this turned into a back and forth conversation. There was a little butting heads going on. There was a little bit of disagreement, I think, in this, but nothing big. Excuse me. And then what happens is I have the Chariot. This is the card for Cancer. So with the Queen of Cups and the Chariot, that's 2 for Cancer so far. So Cancer might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading, but the Chariot is about moving forward, and it's moving forward from not going anywheres and moving forward because of this conversation. Boy, does it help. And then under Temperance, I have the Hermit, the card for Virgo. So I got 2 for Virgo now with the King of Pentacles and the Hermit. Those are earth signs. The Hermit is seeking your path forward, right under Temperance. I think you've prayed. I think you've reached out to your guardian angels and spirit guides about how do you move forward with this, because it was really wearing on you, really. And so the Hermit, they hear you. This is the universe, and they're shining the lantern right on the Hierophant, and they're right below Temperance, and they're saying, hey, look, your guardian angels and spirit guides are working really hard to get you guys committed, and you are best friends and soulmates. So you're soulmates. You're going to come together with these two cups of love through all this conversation. And then I have the Ace of Wands. New beginnings, fresh starts, blooming. Right under the Chariot, right next to the Two of Cups. Beautiful reading. It looks like you will be moving forward with each other right as you begin to give up. That's, I'm glad you hung in there. Just that. What I'm glad of mostly is that you said something, because I feel like this is what really triggered them to really give it heavy thought. Otherwise, I don't think they ever gave it all that much thought. You know what I mean? Look what we have here. The Four of Wands. They're a divine soulmate. Len, look at the union. This card's about marriage. This card's about marriage. This card's about marriage and love. This card has a lot of love and joy. And it sits right here. You're wondering about the love? It's coming. It's coming in. They have the love, okay? They're just kind of not pushing it, They're like, I don't know, you know how people are. They're just not like coming forth with the commitment, but they will. And they're going to, because when they find out how important this is to you and how it's making you feel, they're going to come forth. So instead of thinking you're not going to accept that cup of love, they have the love. They're coming in. They're offering more than love. They're offering the commitment. You're wondering here too about the love. How can they love you and not offer commitment? This soulmate card of the Four of Wands is a really happy union. You have two cards of a really happy union with lots of love coming in, and then we have the spiritual end of the commitment with the Hierophant. Wow! Aquarius, this was your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.